Good evening. One of the justices of the Supreme Court said the case they decided today was the most important of its kind in decades. What the court did today will drastically change the power that we give our police officers. But those who are against what happened today warn us all we just gave away another right. This case is about DNA. The court said today police can now take a sample of your DNA when they arrest you for what's deemed to be a serious crime. DNA has shown it has the power to convict the guilty and free the innocent, and that will now be put to the test in police station lockups all over this country. Our justice correspondent, Pete Williams, was there for today's ruling. Pete, good evening.
Ryan, good evening. Today's ruling says that taking an arrested person's DNA is just like getting fingerprints or taking a picture to compare to crime scene video. The only difference, the court says, is that DNA is more accurate. Today's ruling said the nation's police can take a DNA sample by swabbing the cheek of anyone arrested for a serious or violent crime, which can then be checked against a national database of DNA taken from scenes of unsolved crimes. In a 5-4 decision, Justice Anthony Kennedy, joined by most of the court's conservatives, and liberal Stephen Breyer, said getting the DNA is a legitimate search, helping police confirm identity and discover whether a suspect has a violent past and should not be released on bail.
They're able to take the DNA, match it to the DNA left in a cold case, and see if, in fact, the rapist that committed that case years and even decades in the past is the same person sitting before them that day.
But in a blistering dissent, conservative Antonin Scalia, joined by 3 of the court's liberals, said the Supreme Court is breaking new ground, allowing a search without a warrant to see if a suspect has committed some other crime too. Summarizing his dissent aloud, he said, "Solving crimes is a noble objective, but less important than protecting people from suspicionless law enforcement searches. Your DNA can be taken," Scalia said, "if you are ever arrested, rightly or wrongly, for whatever reason." He said he doubted that the founding fathers, quote, would have been so eager to open their mouths for royal inspection.
We're headed to a world of much more DNA testing for arrestees. In all likelihood, it's probably going to become as common as fingerprinting has been for many years now.
Defense lawyer Barry Scheck, who has used DNA to free 171 people wrongly convicted, said the court is wrong today to allow taking a suspect's DNA without a search warrant.
This case is not about DNA databases, good or bad. This case is about the warrant requirement and the protections that a neutral, detached magistrate gives to the privacy of all citizens.
Well, the court said today that DNA can be taken only from people arrested for serious crimes. The dissenters said it could become much broader and could eventually cover the nearly 1/3 of Americans who are arrested for any crime by age 23.